Learn from stars and heroes of the Dubai business world. Welcome to the Dubai Business Podcast, produced by Jayed. Now, here's your host, Lucas Krejcia.
Hello from Dubai Production City. Today, we will speak about how starting an e-commerce business in the UAE seems way easier than it is. Tarek Temamy is ex-Souk, or I should say ex-Amazon performance marketer. He decided to follow his passion and launch his own business, e-commerce platform Sirash.ae. During the interview, he describes how he built a community around his brand or how to use marketplaces like Noon and Amazon to grow your business. Tarek, thanks for coming to Dubai Business Podcast. Welcome here.
Thank you for having me.
Let's start with our kind of intro question. You moved to Dubai in 2015, if I'm not mistaken. What brought you here?
Well, I received an offer from a luxury retail company on search engine marketing specialist. This is when I came here.
Okay. And was it like very thinking of going to Dubai for a long time before, or?
Yeah, so for Arab people, I think it's become for the region, Dubai is mainly the main attractive hub for digital marketing and maybe for other industries. So Dubai, I always had this eye on Dubai to come and live here and start the lifestyle I always seen on social media. So once I got the offer, I didn't hesitate to take it.
Okay, amazing. So you handle performance marketing in that luxury e-commerce company, right? Then
Yes.
you moved to Souk, where you handle performance marketing.
No, back in this luxury company, I was only doing search engine marketing.
Okay.
So I was only managing this channel, this side of the digital marketing performance. And then when I moved to Souk, I was also doing social. I was doing search engine. Then I upgraded my role to do search engine and social media. Then when Amazon happened, an acquisition happened, I started doing the mobile part, the app performance part. So within this journey, I had a pretty much insights or leveraged the opportunity to leverage all the digital marketing channels, including SEO, affiliate, and app networks.
Okay, and it's great.
Yeah.
It's a nice journey. So mentioning Souk and Amazon, what was the biggest thing you learned first in Souk and second in Amazon?
In Souk, I've learned operating on big scale, because before that the budget I was managing was pretty less than Souk. The product assortment was way less than Souk. So in Souk, I learned how to operate on large scale. So it's how I want to always like to give an example is like selling in Carrefour or selling in some luxury retail in the mall. So it's way different approach, way different perspective. You have to be more flexible, and you have to keep your eye on different records, switching on and off all day. It's more dynamic environment than any other retail I have worked at before.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
This
and then
is
Amazon?
Then Amazon, what I have learned in Amazon is acquisition, how it happened. They played it very, very delicately, very, very, very professional. So the guys know what they are doing. The acquisition team know what they are doing. This is not the acquisition companies they take. So they know the steps. They know first, I see the legal part being acquired. Our contracts have been changed to be with Amazon. The first thing that happened. Then I see the HR part being acquired, and HR start approaching us with different language in their weekly newsletters, and we start seeing it in the walls in the company, in our devices we are using. This will start happening. Then our marketing start coming to marketing. There was different shape in our reports, in our weekly meetings, in our analysis. We start learning the Amazon way of doing things. Then I think after everything on this pillar, also there have been changing happened on the warehouse, in the logistics, and everything on the other side away from the office where I used to sit at also was changing. And I think when everything was ready, they gave us the time zero to switch on, and thus we started the Sunrise project, which when we converted from Souk to Amazon.
Yeah. Okay. How do you think the company changed, like internally, when it was from Souk to Amazon? Because Souk, while it was kind of unicorn, but still regional company.
That's correct.
How do you think it changed when it became Amazon?
Well, I can speak about like from the feedback I receive my friends as a customers, and from my perspective from inside as an employee. So as an employee, Amazon have a very document culture. everything have to be documented. So before any campaign, we need to write how we will tackle this campaign, what we are prepared differently from the campaign before, the learnings from the campaign before, and how we are going to leverage this the next campaign. Everything have to be put in numbers. And the good thing about here is not that this actual plans come to reality. So we keep planning for 2 weeks, and when the campaign starts, we find ourselves doing something else. But the good thing is when you document your thing, you find yourself exposed to some insights that, and when you put your thoughts and words in front of you in a document, you find yourself realizing stuff that was not as much as clear when it was just
idea in your mind.
So this is one aspect of we start doing. Also, culture of Amazon that they question everything. It is not a positive or negative that the sales are improved. If sales are improved, they question why it's improved. It's not it's improved. We are happy. Just no. They question why it's improved, and you have to give a good reason. If of course the sales is not improved, they question why. And if it's something you can justify, it's okay. It's not like the end of the world. We learned from it, and we keep going. So this culture was not there in Souk. Souk was more or less also a family business. But when Amazon came and took over, they start applying the corporate culture in the company.
Okay, amazing. Thanks for the insights. Now let's move to your business. That's why we're here today, to Sirash. How did you come up with an idea for your own e-commerce business?
So it hit me. So it was also in my mind once I came to Dubai. I always had my eyes on starting my own thing. But I wanted to take my time to learn about corporate and how to start a business and get the enough knowledge. And then I never had a good idea to start up with. Then I get obsessed with water sports. So when I started kite surfing, it hit me. That was the first encounter. Then when I tried to find my gear online, I didn't find it. I realized that there is no vendor in Dubai selling his stuff online. And in the same time, I was lucky enough to have good connection with vendors to sell offline. So like all of these points was like pieces coming together, and it was like, yes, I think now I'm ready. I have all elements to start successful business. I have the knowledge about digital marketing. I have the connections. I have the passion about doing it. So that was it, and I started my Sirash.
Okay, amazing. You mentioned the passion. Do you think is it something you would recommend to people, like start doing a business about something they're really passionate about, which used to be their hobby or still is their hobby?
In the first startup, yes, I highly recommend this because there will be a lot of obstacles, a lot of challenges, a lot of people will put you down, and the only things will keep you moving forward is your passion because you believe in what you are doing. But once you succeed in your first business, your passion will become a success itself in growing up a small business itself. So after you secure this first step, you go ahead and for any business you think it's a valid idea, but for the first business, I highly recommend it. You are passionate about it.
Did it help to you, for example, also, I don't know, in marketing that, for example, you're kite surfing yourself, so you know how to speak to your audience or you can describe the products? Does it help?
Absolutely. So first marketing channel I had, which is the strongest one, is the community I'm building. So already my buddies who are surfing with me and we hang out with, they are one of my best advocate out there in the market. So word of mouth is working very well through my connections. Second thing is when I receive some inquiry from a customer asking for certain product, technical wise, so he find himself not talking with the customer service who have a script like saying it, but I'm actually asking him very technical question: where do you surf? What is the conditions? So he feel like he's talking with his buddy, and he take my advice for granted.
Okay, that's good. Why the name Sirash anyway?
Well, it's a combination of I have created this term actually. So Sirash is describing the happiness I feel when I'm riding, when I'm on my board attached to my kite. So I'm so happy. I named this feeling as sea rush. So it is not adrenaline rush, it is sea rush. It is the rush you receive because of being in the sea. So it's a term that I just came up to in my mind when I was riding. It's a combination of sea and rush.
Okay. That's nice. When you were speaking about the vendors who were not online back in the days, how hard it is to convince such vendor now to work with you and go online with you pretty much?
No, actually, the landscape, the market is ready for this. It was not hard at all. Everybody wants to go online, but they just don't know how. Like everybody know that online is the way forward. And most of them already have websites, but they are not selling on it. They don't know how to drive traffic. They don't know how to have traction or conversion. So it was pretty easy to convince them to come online. But the hard part was to convince them to set their stock in a way that can serve online. So they all running their business like a family business way. Most of them, they don't know what you have on hand or what is selling most or whatever. So that was a challenge, to do stock taking, to give me deals, to push online, to try to transform them with the digital online mentality. That was the challenge. But going online was no brainer for any of them.
Okay, so how do you tackle this offline mentality? How do you make them work in a way you need to?
Well, I haven't succeeded with all of them yet, but I learned in my first year is, well, what I'm going to state the obvious. It's which 80-20 rules, that 80% of revenue can generate only from 20% of your effort. So I focus my effort on the vendors who are ready for this transformation, who already have their stock in track, and they can provide me with the proper deals. I focused on this till I build up a bargain power to go to the other vendors who have not set up this mentality yet and say, hey, I can't work with you as long your stock as your warehouse. If you want to work with me, bring me the stock in my warehouse and I will do everything. I'll do the rest for you. And it is happening. It is working. A lot of vendors now is providing me the stock on back-to-back basis. It is their stock but lying in my warehouse. And we are building up gradually for this.
Okay. Have you had the warehouse at the beginning, or how did it start?
No, I don't even have a warehouse yet. It's another room in my apartment where I stock my stock there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And was it from the beginning like idea to use kind of your own warehouse or store place?
No.
Rather than the warehouse of your vendors?
No, I just had to pivot the business model along the way.
Okay. What was the reason there?
Because not all vendors are available to deliver the courier the item when we have an order. Not all of them are aware with what do they have in stock actually. So I want to mitigate out of stock orders. This is why. So I can invest my marketing budget in what I am sure that I can deliver, and not disappoint my team and not disappoint my customers.
Okay, so ensuring like the high customer service, you would rather have like stock on your own and kind of handle the risk.
Absolutely.
Okay, that makes sense. Well, let's say I want to start my own e-commerce business in, let's say, basketball.
Okay.
What do you say should be my first steps?
First step is to prove the concept. Is to prove that whatever you are going to sell is acquired, is have traction online. Before you go and invest in license and platform and in team and whatever, first prove your concept and then you're good to go. So proving the concept is easy. Now we're having known marketplace, Amazon marketplace. Put your stuff there, push it with push some traffic with some minimal campaign to see how the conversion will happen. And the equation you want to find is customer acquisition cost is less than customer lifetime value. If you manage to figure out this equation, you're good to go. If not, if you pay more to the customer, more than what he's paying you, so you have to step back and think again.
Okay. But still, if I'm that like starting person, how do I, for example, find the first vendor? Like who will work with me if I say, hey, I want to start, but I don't have any traffic, I don't have any website now. Why they will work with me?
Well, I was lucky with this. I hired some freelancer professional guy. He was ex Album Marine, so he was already in contact with most of the vendors for outdoor sports in the market, and he onboarded them for me. So I think I took it the easy way. But
could it be like replicable? Maybe if I want to do basketball, maybe I should find someone who has experience like with vendors in sport or something like that.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I definitely agree. If one aspect of the business you can do it yourself, you have to find someone who do it for you. And I want also to relate here to what I said in the beginning. To start a business, the 3 factors you need to have: passion, good connections, and knowledge. So I think if you don't have good connection with the basketball vendors, like search any connection and see what you can find in connections and start with it.
Yeah, if you don't have either of those 3, then it probably will be hard
yes.
to build it from scratch.
Yes.
Right. Okay. You mentioned you had to pivot your business model on the go. Can you speak about that? What was the business model you started with and what you pivoted to?
Absolutely. So when I started, I was all passionate about the business and I want to do everything. So C-Rush meant to be like a sports academy where I'm selling lessons, and back to back where I'm taking care of my customer and my vendor, and retail and my own retail. So it's hard. Like the advice I've received from one mentor: don't be a mediocre. Don't try to do everything so you fail in everything. You better be a laser beam focused. Find one thing, because everything of these three need total way different model, different business model. So focus on one of these three and put your effort in it. So this is what I did. So I stopped having the mentality of back to back. I told my vendors, okay, relax. I will do the listing and the stock management for you, because none of them was doing it anyway. So I pivot my business to be only a retail, but working in back-to-back model, not a marketplace.
Okay.
And I stopped selling lessons because it was consuming a lot of my effort, and arranging between the student and the instructor, and I'm focusing only on being a retail and providing the best deals to my customers. And this is what I'm focusing on. This is how I pivot my business.
Okay. So now basically, if I simplified, you take the stock from your vendor, you have it, and then it's all the business. It's kind of up to you how you sell it.
Yes.
When you sell it.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. And again, if I'm starting the business, do you think like starting with the idea of marketplace is doable, or with Noon and Amazon in the market, it's kind of impossible to succeed and it's better to have your own store?
I think it is impossible. Marketplace with these two big players in the market, unless you don't have this kind of fund, but like in your backbone, I don't think you have any chance to compete.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mentioning fund, how did you start? Did you start with investor or?
No, it's bootstrapping.
Okay.
I fund it.
Why did you decide to go this way?
Well, first of all, it's lack of knowledge. Back of then, I didn't know anything about fundraising, how to pitch, how to speak with investor. Actually, I didn't know how to make business plan. So the funding it myself was the only way to go. But I'm happy that this is what I chose. Even if go back now, I will take the same path. Because so my goal is not to work for somebody and work for myself. So pitching someone and taking his money, I think will not change much of equation of what's happening now. I will still working for him, but maybe I'll have some share of the company. But I'm still working for someone, and my goal now is to work for myself and be financially independent. So it's better that I did it this way, and not take fund from any investor.
Okay. Don't you think it would help maybe like to grow Sirash faster or go bigger? I don't know. That's why people usually take funds.
It could be. It definitely would have helped me a lot to scale faster and put more time and money in it. It definitely would have helped to scale faster, but still, I'd rather take things gradually, easy, and have the full control over my business rather than having somebody who's telling me what to do or putting me under pressure. Why this? Why that?
Okay, so you rather do it your way with all the risks and bonuses included.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay,
and I think also. Like, so, you know what you say now is just somebody you just go to the gym and saying, oh, I don't want to look at some Ronnie Coleman picture. I don't want to be that big. So it is not that easy. You will go to gym 2 days, you will be that big. It's not also that easy. You will invest. You'll pitch some investor and you will raise fund.
Yeah.
So I think it was not an option anyway in the beginning. I needed to prove a concept. I need to show some ROI. So before I can pitch any investor and say come on board on my project.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I remember you once told me that the idea of investors and the whole funding was a little bit over marketed to us business founders.
Yes.
Why do you think so?
I think so because I see marketers celebrate or entrepreneurs and celebrated on social media that they have succeed to landed some fund more than they celebrate because they achieving their dreams or running business at the way they did. So it have been oversold to us that the objective in itself is to raise fund, and the game of raising fund is nothing but a salesman. If you are a good salesman, have a good connection, you can sell any idea to any investor.
Mm-hmm.
So this is why I think it's been over marketed in the market out there. The goal is to be financially independent, not to raise fund.
Okay, that's it makes sense as a business probably, like to aim. So is it your goal to while you're doing your own business to become like financially independent on anyone and
Yes, absolutely. So back to my passion. Also, one motivation I started the business is I hated to be sitting in the office while I know there is some waves or some wind out there, and I can go to do my passion. So also one of my motivation is I want to have the freedom to work anytime or any day, and also from any place, and enjoy my passion and do my sport that I like while I having sustainable income.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. How were you planning to do it? While you said you didn't have business plan at the beginning, so
Yes.
how did it happen that Siraj is still alive?
Yeah, right. So I want to take a quote from Mark Zuckerberg videos, that nobody who have started big thing have any idea where he's going in the beginning, but you have to start at some point. So I definitely had some ideas on where I want to go, not clear business plan as now, but the soon I spend time in the business, my business plan become more clearer. So business is still alive because I have some analytical skills I have learned from my marketing career. So I was just watching what is working and double down on it, and what is not working and eliminate it. So things have been running a little bit on a family business approach, but it's been working. And the more I'm spending time now, I have clear business plan, and I'm working on achieving it.
Okay. Well, let's stay a little bit at the beginning, because if you speak with a business consultants, they will very often tell you, no, you cannot even start without business plan, right?
Yes.
Do you think it's true, or based on your experience, you feel, no, it's not necessary?
No, I think this is not necessary, but I think it might be overrated and overcomplicated. Business plan was simple, is to generate, like this month, 10 orders. I started with this is my business plan.
Okay.
And the months after, I have generated 10. I want to either sustain this 10 or make them 12 or 15. So it was as simple as this. If without any fancy presentation, without any fancy Excel sheets, this is what was my simple business plan. Yeah, my take again is a lot of people consume a lot of time in planning rather than execution. So like at some point, you have to start. You have to take the step. You have to take the leap. So this is what I believe in.
Okay. What made you then to create a business plan actually? And now you're saying you have it.
Yeah. Well, I created it because I want to step out of my career life. So I wanted to have a vision on where I can take this step and be full-time Siraj. This is one, and me saying I don't have business plan, it doesn't mean that I don't have a plan. Like, because we know that if you didn't plan, so you plan to fail. I definitely have a plan, but it is not as what you can call. It was nothing more than writing on my notebook. You know, that was my plan. But I definitely had a plan. Yeah. So now I'm working on what make me had. So that was one motivation, is to know when I can step out. Also, business plan, I created it because I start learning about fundraising and how to pitch investors. So I knew that I need to write business plan. I need to have like a proper pitch deck. So it came within this process, me training myself on how to pitch investors. I formatted my business plan.
Okay. And is it now useful for you in the business, or you still see it just as a fancy thing for presentations?
It's definitely working as a guide rails. I wouldn't say useful, but at least I know how many orders per day I need for my business to survive. I know what is the average order value I need to sell to generate enough profit to pay my team's salary. So it's definitely working as a guide rails. But yeah, it's not a thing that I'm really relying on.
Okay, so it's not like a key factor which would like change the game for you.
No.
Okay, perfect. Back to the beginning. We were speaking about the products, how you were sourcing it. How do you, as an owner, choose what products you will sell on your platform, for how much, and where you will get it?
Yes. So in the beginning, I choose to do the products I'm familiar with, which is for kite surfing and surfing, because this is the products I'm using in my sports. But I was lucky enough to meet this guy who onboarded a lot of vendors for other categories. And I was lucky enough to trigger that actually not these categories that I want to sell is what is selling in the market. There is another diving and camping categories is selling, and cycling is selling more. So I shift my attention to these categories and start hammering on them. So I really didn't select. I was not very selective. This is one of the things that I have learned by trial and error. And lucky me, it was a success hit for me. I just went broadly, and then I start seeing what is have demand in the market, and I hammered on it.
Okay, so when you say seeing where's the demand, you track it like based on your internal numbers, what is selling the best, and then you're trying expanded category, or?
That's correct. Expand the category, have more visibility on this category. Have better deals, have better assortment of this category. Yeah, this is exactly what it is.
Does it mean also like maybe some more work in, I don't know, marketing, learning more about things, because all of a sudden you're not selling only kite surfing, which you understand very well yourself, but you start selling also cycling or
diving,
something,
cycling, camping.
Maybe something which you're not yourself expert at.
Yes, and even being not expert at this is expertise I've acquired it with time, because I'm receiving a lot of questions from customers. What is this fin? What is the difference between this fin and that? Which suit is best for me? So I go and ask my vendors, and I keep asking them more to gain more knowledge about the product, and it was really a key factor for what I have achieved so far, being very aware of what you are selling, and sell what you will buy. This is a very one learnings I have learned along the way.
Okay. Are you using something kind of like research before you actually acquire the category or new brand? Maybe do you do some research about how popular it is or something like that, or you just acquire it put it on your website and then you see if it's working or not?
Yeah, I'm following the other approach. I'm going broadly. I'm listing everything and just keep it there. Maybe it is not the best approach, but this have been working for me. And I have realized some correlation between the number of the assortment and the number of sales. So it's like a magic factor. The more I have assortment, the more I receive sales. So I'm working on this. And then when something proves itself working properly, I start pushing it. I give it some premium position, feature it outside on the homepage. But I don't have any research before choosing my assortment.
Okay, this is interesting because usually when e-commerces are starting, or especially those one-man shows like yourself, they go very niche on a specific category. But you're saying the more products you have, the wider your portfolio is, the more sales you can expect.
That's correct.
Okay, how to tackle this? Because if I'm starting my own business, I will probably not be able to list 10,000 products, right?
That's so true. It's two business approaches. So either you learn from my mistake and prove your concept first, sell it either on Amazon or on Facebook page or a simple Shopify website. Then if it works, hammer on it and keep your all efforts on this 2, 3, 5 lines of products. I choose a different way. I just took the step without any proper planning, and I went broad, and lucky me, it was working. So I think luck also have played some role here.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you're mentioning Noon and Amazon, obviously two important marketplaces in the region. How important they are for Sirash?
Yeah. So in the beginning, I tried to push sales through Sirash, but I couldn't keep spending on Facebook and Google, because the ads comes with cost, customer acquisition comes with cost. So this is also how I pivot my business, is I focused first on Amazon and Noon sales to sustain daily orders and daily income for the business.
Mm-hmm.
And I cut and develop my team, and then cut share of this income from other marketplace and invest in Sirash. So they were really great help for me to kick off my business.
Okay, so starting on Amazon and Noon might be like easier to basically test what's working, generate first income, and then based on that start building your own brand.
If you are a one-man player like myself, yes, absolutely agree.
Okay, what are then the things which you found are working for you on Amazon and Noon?
So it's always, when it comes to e-commerce, I think it's all come back to 2 points, which is traffic and conversion. So you simply need to drive, like anybody can list any product on Amazon. Amazon is as big as Google. Like you don't know where your product will be seen or no. So having your product pages optimized with the proper titles, with the proper keywords in the product titles, will help you to rank. Pushing some Amazon campaigns to drive more visits will help you to rank. This is in terms of driving visits, driving traffic. Then comes to the second part, which is conversion. Conversion happen by good packages, happen by best deals, by good deals, by some rare colors or assortment not in the market. You can rotate the vendor, and I have played this many times and it worked. So when I know that, let's say, some water bottle color have a high demand, I take it and I list it, and I make sure I try to manipulate it in the market. So all these small changes will help you boost your sales on Amazon, getting visits and getting conversions.
Okay. Do you see from vendors' perspective the difference between Amazon and Noon?
Yes, of course. Yeah, of course, absolutely.
In what sense?
Well, man, like Amazon have been out in the market for 10 years. These guys, the seller dashboard is very proper. You can run campaigns. You can sell on other Amazon platforms in the world. They are very advanced when it comes to seller dashboard. Noon is still at Souk stage. So when I was it's exactly Souk stage back in 2 years ago. But Noon, I'm sorry, I mean Amazon, I think they are 10 years ahead of Noon in terms of seller support and seller dashboard.
Okay. In terms of volume, does it still make sense for you to work on Noon and like having your products on Noon? Or
Absolutely. So when you look at Google Trends, you'll find Noon and Amazon are 50% 50 share of the market. So it definitely makes sense to list on Noon. But in Noon it comes a challenge because now they are focusing on the main categories like electronics, fashion, home appliances, kitchen appliances, stuff like that. They are really focusing on this. So if you are a vendor out of these categories, your chances to get in contact with them or to grab their attention is very minimal. Unlike Amazon, they are really going broad. They are really giving the vendors all attention. Or it's actually they are giving the dashboard or the platform, and you can run your own store from it. So all vendors comes equal. Unlike on the other side, they're still focusing on what drives them most of the sales. So I think for some niche market, Amazon made for me more success and more sense.
Okay. On the other hand, isn't it like more competition on Amazon versus Noon? I would expect there might be like more vendors on Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon definitely have more vendors. The onboarding process on Amazon is easier, unlike Noon. So for Noon, you need to have your VAT, you need to have your license. Yeah, this is what I remember on Amazon. So I started my Amazon account when it was Souk. So I just needed my Emirates ID. That's it. And my store was up and running.
And you went to your colleague on next table like to say,
yes, exactly.
List me there.
Exactly.
Okay, that's probably an advantage most of people they don't have.
Yes, absolutely.
But nowadays, if they are creating account on Amazon, anything else, you would tell them like what they can expect if they are starting their store on Amazon?
In terms of documents, I really don't know what is the requirements now. I don't know if they start asking
or more like process or how to make it. I'm sure like Amazon will have lots of resources about it.
Yes.
But from your practical experience, what might be useful tips for them?
One quick tip. So when you list a product on Amazon, you have two ways. There is something called Amazon Global Catalog. So Amazon have listed all the products you list over all the world with the barcode. So you can simply enter the barcode of the product you want to sell, and it will show to you, and you select it, and you're ready to go. So this is one. Two is you list something not listed on Amazon. I think the sweetest spot here is to list something that is on Amazon Global Catalog, but not in your market.
Okay.
So it will come with the reviews, with the proper content, and Amazon algorithm will be knowing it, so you have high chances to win. Second best is to list something not available in Amazon catalog, but you will have to push it in the market to build some traction for it.
Okay, perfect. Let's move away now from Amazon and Noon. You were mentioning your team. So what are the positions you currently have in your team?
I have some lady handling the content. She's doing the listing on Sirash and Amazon and Noon. I have a gentleman doing the logistics. So when we receive an order, he communicates with the couriers and make sure that the courier have pick up the order and deliver it to the customer. I have 2 technical guys working on Sirash platform itself. One for the merchandising, we can call it on-site marketing, the banners and mostly banners, and sometimes he enhance the content of certain product if you have certain campaign, and the tech guy who's working on the WordPress backend if you have some bug or whatever. I think that is all, and I want to onboard some business developer to start meeting my vendors and get more deals from them, and also start working with affiliate, because affiliate will be my go-to market successful channel. I need to make a lot of associate deals with blogs about sports, outdoor sports in Dubai, Time Out Dubai, all this stuff, to have my banner there and drive traffic to Sirash.
Okay, perfect. Are those people now full-time with Sirash, or they're freelancers for you?
All of them are part-timers or freelancers.
Okay. And did you have them at the beginning, or these were things you discovered like on the go you need? On the go. When I start spending time in things that and I have also one business analyst, finance. One is doing finance. So when I find myself spending time on things that is not really growing the business, I need to focus my time 80% on scaling, 20% on working with the team. So when I find myself spending time on putting my finance issues together in Excel sheets and figuring out what's happened, on spending some time with chasing the courier, where did this order, with that order. So with every encounter, I was like, so I need somebody to do this, take this hassle from me, so I can focus on scaling the business. This is how it works. So I onboard somebody, I work with him, I invest time with him to make him another copy of me. He's on his own, then I can go and focus on other side of the business. Okay. How do you find such people?
Well, it's connections. It's really connection. It started with friends who know friends and colleagues who know friends or colleagues. Some of them actually is working still in Amazon. So it's connections.
Okay. That helps, of course.
Of course.
All right. Let's take a look at marketing side of things, because you've been performance marketer yourself. So I believe this was like the strong part where you were expecting this will be your advantage.
That's correct.
Right. So how did you get your first order?
Like in terms of performance channels?
No. First order of Sirash.
It was a broad message I sent on my WhatsApp contacts. So to all my friends, they have sign up and check the website. You was one of the very first customers.
Here we go.
So it was also connections who have helped me too.
Okay, so using your personal network basically to get like the first traction.
Yes.
I'm asking because again, when people are starting their own business, sometimes from the beginning they're kind of like afraid to go to their friends and say, hey, I started this thing, and not use the friends, but ask the friends for help in the first place.
Let me take another quote. I know it's if you are proud of your first product, you have waited too long. You shouldn't be proud of what you have done. Yes, there will be a lot of flops in the beginning, but you also shouldn't be afraid to ask such a thing. You should be proud of what you achieved, and go and ask. They are definitely the first step who can help you take the second step. Okay.
And then, so after using the network of your friends or your personal network, were you from the beginning relying on performance marketing? Because you were saying that you try to get all sales through Sirash, right?
Yes. Yeah, I invested in performance marketing, but customer acquisition cost became very expensive for me in the beginning. That's why I pivoted my business to work on Amazon Unknown. But now I'm going back to performance marketing and drive traffic to Sirash. So I rely on the organic channels. I have some SEO guy who is writing blogs for me to drive organic traffic. I'm trying to import somebody for affiliate business, and when I feel like myself, I have utilized these two sources. I'm also playing with remarketing ads on Google and Facebook. So I'm trying to go as conservative as much as I can, and the more the business grow, I can start doing some prospecting campaigns or branding campaigns on YouTube and Facebook.
Okay. So at the moment, you're not doing prospecting in paid channels, or?
No, I'm on paid. I'm only doing remarketing.
Okay.
Lower funnel.
That's interesting. How do you then ensure like the business is growing?
How do I ensure it?
Yeah. without having the without having the paid prospecting channels?
It's organic traffic mainly. So I also have a guy who's working on social media organic. So we have this strategy where spamming all the community.
Mm-hmm.
Probably you might receive one message from me, so from my
Every other day.
every other day. Yeah, we started with the message saying, "Hey, we are Sirash. We want to just have a nice communication with the community," and I think direct messages on Instagram and Facebook have been working very well for us. So we have nothing to do but spamming people. Not really, but sort of.
Yeah.
This is one. Also, organic traffic is improving because because the SEO lady is doing very good in uploading content every now and then. This is how. So I'm relying. As long as I'm seeing the organic traffic is growing, I'm okay. I'm also doing some offline activities. So I have done some goodies. I give it to some influencers. I print like some ponchos and rash guards, print Sirash on it and give it to some influencer to give me a shout out on the social media. So I think there is still room to tackle organic traffic and grow the business with the organic before I stuck at that level where I need now to spend on the paid performance.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you think that that's the way how the bootstrap businesses should do it? That relying on a paid traffic is not sustainable for them?
Yes, absolutely. In the beginning, if you are funding the business yourself, you'll be frustrated looking at the Excel sheets and seeing that you have spent, let's say, 200 dirham to acquire an order with 100 dirham.
Mm-hmm.
Like you would think, man, I would rather have given him for free. He would at least speak for me in the market. So I think if you're bootstrapping, if it's your own fund, if you're limited on fund, I think it's better to go organic before you start investing yourself.
Okay, and you were saying that the thing which is helping you a lot is the community.
Yes,
which I feel is something businesses are still underestimating a lot.
Yes, I agree.
How did you start with the community, or why do you think this is helping your business?
Well, I started with the community because this is what I saw happening around. Like I said, the vendors that I have met, none of them have a proper website.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know. So how they generate their sales? So they mainly generated on the community. Everybody have 1 or 2 WhatsApp groups. They make sure they make trips in winter and summer and gather the community around them, and everybody's talk and say, hey, this board I bought it from this guy or that guy. So this is what I see is happening already in the market. I just copy paste it. I knew that the community marketing is working for them, so it should work for me. This is how. Sorry, what other aspect of the question?
Why do you think it's helping your business?
Yeah, it is helping because it is successful. It's generating sales. All my friends are doing proper word of mouth for me, and they want to do me good. Actually, they want me to do me a favor and come someday and say, hey, I brought this customer to you, which is nice between friends. So whenever they have a friend who's wanna buy a gear or mainly wanna buy some equipment, they refer him to say, I know a friend named Tarek. He have a Sirash, so they refer him to me. So it is working.
Okay, that's great. And now let's get a little bit practical, because when we say build a community, it's a fancy word, but for many people it's probably not clear. How do you do that, right? It's not happen just you press some button and you have a community.
No, it's technically it's really a relation you develop between you and your friends. It's you go surfing together. You make sure you involve them in the activities. Some trick I always do is take videos for them and post it on, and either send them the video or post it on my Facebook, on my Instagram page and tag them. It's really a relation you develop with your friends. You have to go and be popular and be nice to everyone, and people have to like you personally. Then this is how you build the community.
Okay. How do you, when you're going, back to our basketball example. If I'm playing basketball with my friends, how do I get the business there without being afraid that my friends will be, that they will feel that I'm just trying to sell something to them? How do I start speaking about the business with my friends and start building this community which is about my business, not about me as a Tarek?
Well, I think I think what I'm doing is I'm not trying to sell. So I'm not going to anybody and say, hey, I have C-Rush, I'm selling this, I have offers, I have that, come and buy from. I never follow this approach. It's like I'm just having fun. This is what I'm passionate about. I'm happy to be with these people. Like I'm not being with them because I'm waiting for them to buy. Look, and this is actually something I'm doing naturally. And whenever the topic pop up, whenever somebody asking me, where do you get this short from? Where do you have this board from or kite from? It's, hey, I have a business, like it's blah blah, come and I'll give you 20% offer. So it's never looks like I'm doing this to benefit from them. It's a win-win situation.
Okay. And then you mentioned things like WhatsApp groups. Is it something which you find helpful or you're using for like building this community or?
Yes, absolutely. So I have my C-Rushers group. I try to create this idea where if you are a C-Rusher, mean that you are a pro in some sport, outdoor sports, and you're passionate about it and you are doing it regularly. So yeah, I have my WhatsApp group, and whenever I'm going out to do some activity, I ping them all who want to join, and this is how it works.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So maybe like for businesses starting, like creating such a group is...
I think it's very helpful, yeah.
Okay. And then in terms of platform, do you find like WhatsApp, did you try maybe Facebook group or something like that?
I didn't try Facebook groups, but it might be working. But just because I'm not a Facebook group user, this is why I didn't use it. But maybe you are pointing at something that I need to tackle. Yeah, I will start it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So second thing you already mentioned were the trips. Is it something like you're trying to do, or you saw it's working somewhere else?
It is working somewhere else for sure, but I haven't tried to do it yet. But I've been keen to join others. So whenever of my friends announce some trip, so I post to my group that I'm going to this trip. I'm not the organizer, but if you want to join, please come and join. This is what I'm doing, but I haven't organized any trips yet.
Nice. Okay. Anything else you would say like I can think of when I want to build my own community for my basketball store? So
yeah, absolutely. So we've been trained as a marketeers to drive traffic to the website rather than what's happening on the platform itself. When it comes to building up your own store, you will find yourself giving attention to very not important stuff, like this call to action button should be green or blue. This header should be static or dynamic. Should I write free shipping or free delivery? You'll find yourself wasting a lot of time on side points, side hassle, not the real technical feature you need to look at in the platform you will use when you build your platform. So for me, I wasted almost 3 months in choosing between this feature and that. And when it comes to bulk uploading products on the platform, I stuck in there and nobody could help me because I started with Magento. So after I invested all this time, I had to rebuild everything again and go with some easier platform, which now I'm working with WordPress. So just I'll advise you to focus on what's selling, not on the cosmetics and how it looks.
Okay. We'll get back to this, but let's stay in the marketing just for a second. So how does your marketing mix, if you use such a fancy word for it, how does your marketing mix look like today? Or if I simplify it, where do you get traffic from to C-Rush?
So it's organic traffic and
organic traffic you count search,
Google search and direct referrals.
Okay,
this is one. Social media organic, like I mentioned, and I have Google campaign also always running, the brand campaigns, and Facebook remarketing campaign. This is how I generate traffic. So I'm still like operating with very low volume. I have only like 100 sessions per day, so I'm still building up.
Okay. Are there like channels you have now in the line you're planning to like add to the mix? Or?
Yeah, affiliate is the one that I want to hammer on.
Okay. Why do you think you seem like very sure that affiliate will work for you? Why do you think?
Because it's a drive traffic and it's for free. So why wouldn't it? If it's relevant traffic, if I post on some websites for forecast, because all of who does outdoors, they always have their eye on the forecast platforms. So it's a very relevant traffic. If I put my advertising on website for outdoors or for how you can spend your time in Dubai, I think it still can generate relevant traffic. It's simple. Like the more traffic, the more sales. With a decent conversion rate, you will generate sales.
Okay. Well, I'm asking because many e-commerce businesses found that affiliate got a bit skewed. While this would be perfect idea of affiliate, that they are promoting your business on something with their relevant content.
Mm-hmm.
But affiliate got a bit skewed that most of the affiliate is then like the discount coupons and the voucher codes, etc.
Mm-hmm.
And businesses found that this is sometimes 80-90% of the affiliate business. Do you think this part is actually helpful in certain way, or?
So when I was in Amazon, I remember that affiliate was one of the biggest channels we was generating traffic and sales from. This is one. Relying on coupon business, I don't find any harm in this. So like I said, if I'm paying 100%, 100 dirham to Facebook or Google to generate one order, I'd rather give 50 dirhams to my customer and bring him on and making him happy customers that will come back again. So I don't see any harm in affiliate traffic, rather than if they are like driving very bad traffic. So it will increase your bounce rate, and which might harm your organic ranking. This is the only thing you have to avoid. But rather than that, if it's relevant, if you know where you post, if you know where you put your ad, what is the content on every ad, like manage it carefully and closely.
Mm-hmm.
I think it is a winning horse.
Well, the question I'm always asking clients about affiliate is, do you feel it brings you new users? It brings some incrementality comparing to other channels? Because those coupon websites, what I feel very often are the like last piece in the user journey,
Mm-hmm.
where people are already on your website filling in form, and then they see the field discount code in your checkout.
Mm-hmm.
Then they go and search for the code, right? And because it's then the affiliates get the last click, and it seems beautiful in Google Analytics. But the question is, does it really bring some incrementality, some real business?
Okay. Yeah, you mean that this customer would already convert even without affiliate? Yeah, I know. I know what you mean, but I really didn't test this.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't have.
Let's speak in 6 months, and I'm curious to hear about it.
Okay.
Okay. Last marketing topic, which is huge one in this region: influencers.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts? You mentioned that you were giving away some goodies to some influencers. So how does that work for you?
Well, I'm working with very many influencers, like 2,000, 3,000 followers. So it didn't work in terms of sales, but it worked in terms of giving me presence. So all the followers now know that there is something in the market called C-Rush. So in terms of branding and presence, they worked. In terms of sales, not yet.
How do you measure it that it worked?
Well, it's events that happen when I'm on the beach and listen somebody speaking to somebody without knowing me that there's a website named C-Rush. Have you checked it out? Or somebody I don't know ever and come speaking to me and saying, "Oh, you're Tarek C-Rush." So this is how I sense that my offline efforts is working.
Okay, and then so given let's say you had your niche from the beginning, so it was probably you selected influencers who were in that niche. So people, for example, who are kite surfing from the beginning.
Yes.
Was this the approach?
Yes, that's correct. Somebody into outdoors, his feed is more about sun, beach, and desert. Yeah, this is the approach.
Okay, so you didn't go to YouTubers with millions subscribers.
No. They are all my friends. They do it for free. I just give it to them some free giveaways, and this is how it works.
Okay, so the network again is the thing which helps here. Okay, let's now look at the technical side of things. As you mentioned, you started at Magento, and now you moved to WooCommerce, right?
Yes, WooCommerce.
Okay, why? What was the reason?
So yeah, because I stuck in Magento and doing bulk import for my products. This is one. Second things I have learned along the way is when you come to choose a platform, you choose what is the most being used outside in the market, because this means that a lot of bugs have been evolved and more answers have been answered to these bugs. A lot of plugins is out there you can utilize and use. A lot of technical guys who have worked on this platform that can help you and assist you. So the less usage of this platform, the more struggle you will be struggling with. The more you will pay if you find a good one, the more you will pay him. His working hour will become more expensive. So this is why I moved to WordPress.
Okay. And you found it also easier from the user's perspective, maybe, or
It's the same.
It's the same for you.
A user will never know if it's a Shopify or Magento, or he will never know. It's just from your backend.
Okay. Because it's also another like decision you need to make as a e-commerce founder, right? Like it's one of the first decisions actually you need to make.
Mm-hmm.
Which out of those hundreds platforms which are available today, be it Magento, Shopify, WooCommerce, and there are hundreds others.
Mm-hmm.
So what should I look at? What should I consider?
Well, if you are going, for example, you are going for basketball 5-10 items, I think you can list them manually. It's fine. You don't need these features that I've stuck at. Magento is a good option because it's very fast. It is faster than WordPress. WordPress is known as a slow website. But if you are doing my model, now I'm having more than 2,000 items listed. So going manually was never an option for me. So WordPress with my choice. However, the only downside from it is speed. The loading speed is very slow. We are trying to tackle this. We are trying to eliminate as much plugins as we don't need. We are trying to avoid any hard code. So whenever this feature I want to apply, I ask my developer, is it a built-in feature or it's something that we hard code? If it's hard coded, I avoid it. If it's built-in, we can go for it. If your knowledge is basic about, if you find it hard to deal with all this technology and stuff, I think Shopify is the most user-friendly platform, and it's already integrated with Google Shopping and Facebook ads. You can run your campaigns from the back end. So this is how I see how I see things.
Okay, perfect. One thing regarding the tech platform is payments. How you're handling payments, or how you handle it? I'm more interested at the beginning because that's usually where businesses are struggling to get the payment gateway, everything.
Yeah.
How did you tackle it?
So I have a payment gateway company I'm working with. It's really a vicious circle because when you go to payment gateway, they will ask you, we need some sales. I mean, some sales certificate or your sales for the last 3 months to give you the payment gateway. And you will go, guys, I need the payment gateway to start my business. So it's a vicious circle, yeah. But we tackle it. We find some company that give us the opportunity to start with even a personal bank account. And I have a business. I'm still working with it now.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to recommend them to others?
Yeah, it is PayTaps.
PayTaps.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I also wouldn't recommend it because the checkout doesn't open on the platform.
Okay.
It will take you offsite to make the checkout, to make the payment. So actually now I'm now, because I already have my VAT and my business certificate, so I'm trying to find some other payment gateway to set it up where the customer can check out on site.
Yeah. And you have your sales history, so now the options are open. Yeah, it's always a struggle.
Yeah.
Okay. What about mobile apps? Is it something you're considering?
Mobile apps?
Mobile app, yeah. For like Android, like Sirash app for Android or iOS?
Yeah, absolutely. Of course. App is the only way to go. Like when Amazon, 80% of our sales was generating on app. App is the way to go, for sure. But first I need to sustain. I can't fight on different battles and different sides in the same time. So first I need to sustain the website, even the mobile, the mWeb, and then I definitely will go and work for app.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Tarek, looking at the whole journey, Sirash is what, 1 year, 2 years old?
Yeah, almost 2 years.
2 years old. Okay. What was the biggest surprise on this journey so far?
Biggest surprise? Well, maybe biggest surprise that it was working. I didn't see that coming. It's actually working.
That's a good one.
Well, biggest surprise is the learning curve, because I found myself I thought only being a digital marketer and driving traffic, like have some item listed and driving traffic, this is it, I'm done. But it is not. Like dealing with all these vendors, you have to manage the books. You have to manage your relationship with them. This is the logistics part of the business. It's also hassle. I think the learning curve was the surprising part. I had to develop a lot of aspects in my profile, not only digital marketing, so I can keep running the business.
Okay, perfect. In the end, I would like to go through final question sprint, so 4 quick questions.
All right.
So you ready for it?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. So what is one ritual you do or think you need to have during your workday?
Time management.
Time management. Okay. What does it mean for you? How you do it?
No, I need to. I don't do it. I
okay.
That was a question.
So that's something you need to develop.
Yeah, something I need to be better in. Yeah, I don't have a proper time management.
Okay. So what is the one thing you now have and you cannot imagine your day without?
Okay. I think my sports routine. Yeah, every day I need to do some session, either paddle boarding or wakeboarding. It keeps me focused. It gives me the enough
Keeps
energy.
the C-rush, yeah?
Yeah, it keeps the C-rush in my blood. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's great. What is your favorite business-related app or tool you use?
Favorite business is Google Analytics as an answer, or?
Well, it is, yeah?
Yeah, Google Analytics.
Because for many business owners, it's definitely not the favorite thing they use, right?
Okay.
Okay.
It could be.
Good answer. What do you love the most about Dubai?
I love the weather. We can always go and do your sport any time of year. Not in the summer for sure, but I love the weather in winter.
Okay, perfect. And do you have another place in the world you'd like to live in?
Yes, I like to go to Asia, either Thailand or Bali, but this is to be decided.
Nice. Good luck with that. Tarek, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I believe this was useful to our audience, to people who want to start that basketball store. So
Yeah.
Thank you very much for your tips.
I hope they enjoyed. Thank you, Lucas. All right.
If you want to follow Tarek or Siraj, you can find him on LinkedIn and Instagram. The links are in this episode's show notes at jade.co/podcast. Make sure you also give us your feedback about this podcast, and if you like this episode, please share it on your social media. And that's it for today. On behalf of our producer Arshak Ismail, thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you very soon.
This was the Dubai Business Podcast, produced by Jayed. Follow us on your favorite podcast platform and on social media at jayed.co/podcast. That's JAYID.co/podcast.